Oh, the one that we were all waiting for. Why did you and Sedona break up? Interesting. Hi babies, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning back in. Today we're gonna be doing a Q&A, just because I feel like so much has happened since I did my last Q&A, and I just wanted to talk to you guys and answer any of the questions you guys have and just give you all the updates. So let's just get right into it, right? Someone's asked, how do you keep your skin so flawless? Drop your skincare routine. So I do have a skincare routine, but I also want to start off by saying that my skin was naturally very clear, just like all my life, growing up, high school, everything. Very, very grateful for it. But I do have a skincare routine. It was part of my giveaway, so I will post an updated like skincare routine on my channel soon, so stay tuned for that. Someone said, how are you doing mentally, emotionally, etc.? Things are so crazy these days. I'm doing pretty well. I'm just humaning, you know. I'm just trying to figure it out. I'm just trying to be proud of myself, trying to give love to myself, trying to focus on myself, because there's so many things that are going on in this world right now, and a lot of them we just can't really control. We can do our best to stay active in our communities and everything, but other than that, like, it's a really weird time. So I hope all of you guys are doing well too. Favorite artist? Ooh, right now I'm in my feels, so I would say my favorite artist is probably Tink. I don't mean feels in a bad way, I just mean like I am healing emotionally from like some things that have happened, so I love Tink. Normally I just love Trippie Redd because he's always just a vibe, but I've also been listening to, what is it, Girl in Red a lot lately. So that's one too. I'm sorry if I'm looking over here. I'm trying to look over here. Hi. Someone asked me what my favorite Starbucks drink is. I don't really have a favorite. I really like that chai tea one that was going viral for a little bit, but then it got like overwhelmingly sweet because I ordered it
every single day for like 2 weeks.
Other than that, I always just kind of go for like caramel macchiato, like warm. I don't know. I try not to go to Starbucks that much because it's so expensive, and I added it up because I used to go to Starbucks every single day before school for like years, and I added up how much money I'd spent at Starbucks, and I was like, this is a problem. No. Did I go to college? Yes, I did go to college. I got my AA, and then when Corona hit, it was like in between my lease ending. So my lease ended in my apartment, and I was about to start a new semester of school, but I had to find a place to live, and like all my classes were gonna be online. So I was just like, I'm just gonna move home. But then at the same time, I'm a bio major. I don't even know if I'm going back, but I was a bio major, which I did really love. I wanted to go to medical school and everything. Wanted to be a PA. But when I had to think about doing chemistry online, I just knew like I needed to
take a break.
We're just chilling. We don't really know yet. I'm just creating a lot right now too. So we have the swim line coming out and the workout line coming out, and I'm just really excited to see where that goes. And I just have a lot of people that are rooting for me. So I'm really, really grateful for that. And I have you guys. So I really do feel like everything is going to work out. I know it is. So I'm excited. When did you finally decide that enough was enough? Oh, okay, so I think one of my breakpoint moments was when I was dealing with just some like bullshit, okay? It was with my family, it was with people I was dating, it was with friends. I just had this moment where I think it was gradual too. It was like slowly over time, like these little tiny moments kind of were just like, what the
fuck?
And eventually I was just like, nah, no mas, no mas.
I caught the bullshit real fucking quick.
When did you become so confident? I think becoming confident for me happened a lot when I was younger. My grandmother used to just hype me up. Like, I was always being filmed. She was like telling me to sing all the time. She called me Little Miss Mariah Carey. She gave me the confidence. She told me I was a queen every single day growing up, and I've never forgotten it. Someone asked, what made you want to shave your head? If you don't mind me asking, I just shaved my head for fun. There was no reason for it. Oh, the one that we were all waiting for. Why did you and Sedona break up? Interesting. There's a lot of things I could say, but I'm gonna keep to the high road, even though that was not taken on other people's parts. I'm not gonna create any more drama or beef than there already was, so that's all I'm gonna say on that.
It's so hard not to talk about it that I realized like I literally didn't explain anything, so I'm gonna go ahead and explain some things, especially now that it's like so long ago that this happened. I don't have any like harsh feelings towards it. Basically, I went to visit her, everything was great. She was a great person. I think we had a really cool relationship. Not really sure what happened at the end. I was really confused, as so many of you guys were too. I got home, she then opened up that she didn't want a long-distance relationship, so I was like, okay, well, there's no point in us dating at this point, you know, because we do live so far from each other. And then afterwards, there was a lot of tension because a lot of people were saying things or like being dramatic about some things that I would say. I said I wasn't treated the best, which I still think is facts. To her was like me attacking her or talking crap about her. And I was never talking shit. I was just probably explaining certain actions that were taken on her part. And if she deems that as me talking shit, maybe that wasn't me talking shit. Maybe it was just her actions that were shitty. But, you know, at the end of the day, we're both so fucking young. Like, I know I probably could have acted better in certain ways, but I'm always going to be an open person, so I think another part of the whole, like, scandal that went down, or just tea, was that I continued to talk on, like, lives, and even though, like, I really didn't say much, I literally really didn't say anything. Like, there's so much I feel like I could have said that I just did not say, which I'm kind of proud of myself for. A moment of growth, for sure. But, yeah, so it was just like the situation. It was really fucking dumb, and it was really stupid. I'm so confused at what happened, too, but you gotta just keep pushing and move the fuck on. So that's what we're all doing. I'm happy, and I am healing. You live and you learn, and it was definitely a growing experience. I hope for the both of us. It's definitely not an important thing anymore, and I really hope we don't have to talk about it because it's super, super, super dead. We've officially been over longer than we were even dating.
I'm curious what your way of coping with a day full of anxiety looks like. Honestly, on a day full of anxiety, I tend to stay in bed a little bit longer. I feel like coffee makes it worse for me, to be honest. So I'll wake up, I'll get breakfast. I normally go for a drive in the morning, or I'll go for a walk outside. I get food, I drink a lot of water, and honestly, sometimes I'll just stay in bed. I'll journal a lot too. I'll try to get in yoga. I just try to focus on my breathing. I listen to rain sounds, and I just am there for myself. I hold my hands a lot. I squeeze my thighs a lot. I'll like keep reminding myself, you're beautiful, you're strong, it's okay. I'll repeat positive affirmations. One of my favorite one is, I am whole. I am whole, I am whole, I am whole, I am whole, I am whole. And it makes me feel so much better. And I'll tell myself how much I love myself. And yeah, I'm just really nice to myself. And I feel like sometimes people beat themselves up for having anxiety, even though it's something that you can control. So just be nice to yourself. Who's your biggest inspiration in your life? I don't really have an answer to that question.
Like, I want to say myself, but I feel like that's a bad answer.
My biggest inspiration in life, I guess, is it's not a person, it's like a thing, like love. Love is my biggest inspiration in life. Is that an answer? I want to get to a place in my life where I can just fully embody love. I think I'm doing pretty well at it. There's still moments where I'll be like, they deserve what they put on me back to them, but I want to get to a place where I can just completely accept everyone for who they are and like just love them no matter what, even if they treat me bad. Just love, giving out love, being happy. Love and the sun are my biggest inspirations because I want to love everybody and I want to warm people's hearts like the sun. So yeah, that's my biggest inspiration. What's my favorite show? My favorite show is probably Criminal Minds and New Girl, like I said earlier. What's my zodiac sign? I'm an Aries. I'm an Aries, April 18th, 2000. Piercings you've always wanted. I don't really want any piercings right now. Like, I had my nipples pierced a couple of times. I had my septum pierced. I mean, I kind of thought about getting like a nose piercing, but like I don't really want a hole in my nose. And I think my face is kind of like nice the way it is, so I don't really know if I want to add to it. But I've thought about it. Actually, I've always wanted a whole like cartilage, like, you know how people do all those little tiny piercings and stuff, but if you can tell, my ears fold over. So like normal people's cartilages are like that, but my ears fold over, so I cannot get my cartilage pierced, which stinks, but it's fine. Someone said I cut off my best friend because she was very toxic, and now I lost all my friends because that's what I do. You make new friends. You make new friends that respect you and your energy. If people are choosing a toxic person over you, or making it a situation where they have to choose and they have to only hang out with one of you, that shows a lot about them, so you shouldn't even want them to be your friends in the first place. You can do better, and sometimes being alone is hard, but it makes you stronger. Breakup advice, how to get over an ex. For me, it's focusing on yourself, it's glowing up. Get up, go do something, distract yourself, paint, write your feelings, go outside. Do anything but sit in bed all day, because it's gonna make you feel bad for sitting in bed all day, and then it'll make you feel worse while you're dealing with a breakup, and then make you stay in bed the next day, and it's gonna be a cycle, and you don't want to do that. Also, try not to drink your feelings or do other things that might take you out of the present moment. Even though that might be a great escape, it's not necessarily the best thing, because eventually we'll have to work through those feelings either way. Someone asked, how am I so happy? I definitely go through my bad moments too, babies. I posted a TikTok video about this too, and it got like some hate because people didn't like the quote that I used. But whenever I have anxiety, or if I'm ever going through something, I always tell myself it's not that deep. Not to belittle the emotions that I'm feeling and like tell myself that it's not important, because everything that happens in your life is important, but it's more like, it doesn't have to be a deal breaker. Like, it doesn't have to be that deep that breaks your soul, cracks your spirit. You go through things, But sometimes you need that little reminder that no matter what, like, it's not that deep. Like, you will still be okay. You're still alive. Like, you know, the world is still spinning type of stuff. So I always tell myself, like, it's not that deep. If I'm ever stressed out, it's not that deep. Like, bitch, you're fun. You're good. You might have to work through that emotionally, but it's still going to be okay. And that's what I say to myself every single day. When did you first realize you were gay? I don't really remember exactly when. I think just growing up. My first kiss was a girl. My first makeup was a girl. Like, I was just always with my friends, and we were all kind of very open and stuff. And I think like one of the first times I realized I was like kind of into girls was in middle school, because I had this girl that was gay, and I was like, she's really hot. And then I remember freshman year, I thought the same thing. I was like, she's really hot. And then Orange is the New Black came out, and that was when, is her name Ruby Rose was there, and me and my friend were obsessing over her, and me and that friend are today. She's bi, I'm pretty sure. I'm kind of, don't even really know. Probably bi, lesbian, I don't, who knows? Is it not asexual, pansexual, maybe? I don't freaking know. I don't really categorize myself. But, yeah, so that was another moment. Then junior year, dated a girl. Someone said, you're so cute. I'm in love. I'm in love with you too, baby. Thank you. What's something you're most proud of? I'm so freaking proud of the fact that I am a real person. Like, and I don't mean like a human. I mean like I am a genuine human being. Like, I admit my faults because I know I have to grow from them. My journey in this life is to grow into my best version. I know I make mistakes. That for me is so powerful, because it's so hard for people to admit their faults nowadays. But I am a genuine person. The person that you see right now, the person that you see on TikTok, on my Instagram, that's me. Like, if you met me in real life, that's me. Like, I don't switch up. So many people switch up. They have different personalities around different people and friend groups, and it's a headache, and it makes it really hard to trust people. Found that out the hard way. But yeah, like, no, I'm the same fucking person always and forever. Like, always and forever. So that is something I'm so freaking proud of, because I know that's so hard for some people to do. What helps you get through heavy times? What do you do for self-care? I go to the dog park a lot because I love the dog park. I go to the beach and I sit in my car with the windows down and like look out at the beach from my car, and I'll like journal. I read. I talk to my friends, my loved ones. That's what helps me get through really hard times. How are you so confident? I know people say fake it till you make it, but what's the actual answer? I mean, yeah, I guess fake it till you make it, but I also think it's telling yourself how much you love yourself every day and hyping yourself up. The way I hype you guys up is the way I hype myself up. I look at myself in the mirror and I'm like,
You're a bad fucking bitch. Goddamn, that house is fat. Don't do what's noise.
that's how I talk to myself every single day. I take myself out on dates. I buy myself flowers. I buy myself presents. I buy myself gifts. I love myself. Spoil yourself. Treat yourself how you'd want someone that loves you to treat you, or that loves you to treat you. How do you deal with a partner that suffers with anxiety and depression? That's a tough one. I personally only had one ex that dealt with like a lot of like really bad mental issues. Like, I think if anyone in any of my relationships had like bad mental health, it was always kind of me. And I feel like it kind of just, not saying it won't work out, but I feel like my situations, I really like drained some people because I wasn't ready to be in a relationship. I wasn't even ready to love myself yet, which is sad, but everything happens for a reason. I was with someone that did like really just not like himself at all. I've talked about him a few times, and personally, I couldn't deal with it. I couldn't be in a relationship with someone that wasn't loving themselves enough. But I also think like anxiety and depression are kind of different than that. I feel like maybe in that type of way, you just have to learn and like understand when you're dealing with someone with depression and anxiety is that on bad days, they don't have an answer for what's wrong. You might have to give them a whole bunch of reassurance no matter what. Like, I'm that type of person. I have so much anxiety that we can wake up and be fine, and you need to give me reassurance because I'm filled with like just doubt and like worries sometimes. So I think just understanding what they need. What's my dream job? My dream job is like traveling and getting paid to stay in like exotic locations and like get like massages and really great resorts. That's my dream job, and hopefully it will happen soon. What do you have planned for 2021? Honestly, just my merch shop, all the swimsuit line, the workout line. I'm planning on just like focusing on myself and like being in love with myself and making money, baby. And also staying away from toxic people and making sure that I don't allow toxic people into my life no matter how good they're hidden. No negative shit, but what's your biggest flaw, if any? Okay, and I really actually appreciate the question. I think it's a pretty cool question. A couple months ago, my biggest flaw would be anger. I've been working on that, but I'm really sassy and like really quick to get defensive. I think I was raised kind of in an environment where I had to kind of like be on go kind of all the time. So when someone tries my shit, like it can get sideways really quickly. Like it can really get sideways for me personally. And I had a moment that happened a few months ago where I really lost it.
I really lost it.
I was really on attack mode. So I was really disappointed in myself after that. There was drinking involved. So like anything involving like drinking and getting angry, or like drinking and like just acting out and doing the most, is like my biggest fear and my biggest like probably flaw. Now I kind of know how to act when I'm drinking. There's probably still some moments where I get a little sloppy or something like that, but I'm human. Also probably trusting people too quickly and wanting to find love when I'm so young, and just like jumping into things. Someone asked, what's the scar on my chin from? The scar on my chin's from, oh, funny story actually. The scar on my chin is from falling off my bike, but the way that it happened was super embarrassing. So this was back in like 5th grade, I think. There was a boy that I liked. There was like 3 boys that I liked, and they were like walking on the sidewalk, and I was riding my bike behind them, but they were walking like 3 in a row, so I couldn't pass them. But they didn't know I was behind them, so I was going really slow because I didn't want them to see me. I didn't want them to like know I was there, and I didn't really know what to do. I was just really anxious, so I was hyping myself. I was like, just pass them. But it took me like 15 minutes of me just like behind them really slow, and they didn't know I was there. So then finally I'm like, okay, fuck it, just pass them. So instead of just being like normal, I had to like super speed. Like I went like 100 miles an hour. Well, in my mind I did. And I'm like pass them because I want to be cool. I'm like, yeah, I'm cool. I'm so cool. I passed them. And as I'm going back onto the sidewalk, my wheel gets stuck in the crack between the sidewalk and the grass and flips, and I flew over the handlebars and cracked open my chin and like cracked my teeth and stuff. And I was bleeding everywhere. Sorry, this is graphic. It's not graphic because I don't have a picture. I don't know. But so I had a white shirt on. There's blood everywhere. And I remember he walked up to me. One of the boys walked up to me and he was like, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, I'm fine. And literally tried to get back on my bike and drive off, or like pedal off, and one of the school nurses happened to be passing in her car and like was like, you have a cut open chin, I can see your bone, like you need to like not be going home. So yeah, I ended up going to the hospital and getting stitches, and then I was still so weird that I refused to stay home from school because I wanted everyone to see my stitches. Weirdo. Why would you want to not stay home from school? That's crazy. What's my favorite quality about a girl? Her personality. And I know that's super basic. So other than personality, her voice and laugh. I love people's voices and laughs. I want to like close my eyes and hear someone talk until I fall asleep, you know? Oh my God, that's so crazy. Someone just asked me if I have imposter syndrome. So I looked up and it says, imposter syndrome is a psychological pattern in which an individual doubts their skills, talents, or accomplishments and has the persistent internalized fear of being exposed as a fraud. I don't know, but yeah, I feel like I do kind of. Wow, that's so interesting. Like I also just have mad anxiety too, so I always feel like I always question myself. I'm like, what if I'm a bad person? You know, I always just like, yeah. I always have to like rearrange my thoughts and make sure that I'm like making sure I'm being nice to myself. But that's really cool. What's the last thing you think about at like night? Like what's the last thing I think about in a day, at the end of my day? Honestly, I just tell myself everything's gonna be okay. Like I always am reminding myself, I'm like, you're okay, you're fine, everything's okay, tomorrow's gonna be a good day. But normally it's always me promising myself that nothing horrible's happened. Just made me tear up. But it kind of sounds sad, but I do like have so much anxiety that every single night before I go to bed I have to promise myself that I didn't do anything horrible and that nobody hates me. So yeah. How do you find pants that actually fit? I'm 5'9" and none of my pants fit me. Okay, so pretty little thing. They have a tall section. That's where I just bought all my jeans from, and they have rips that actually touch my knees, and I'm 5'11". So they have rips that actually touch my knees, and like the leggings actually go down to the floor, and like a lot of you guys complimented my leggings, so yes. Best piece of advice you've ever heard. If you look at your circle of friends and they aren't growing to be their best versions or influencing you to be your best version, is it a circle or a cage? think on that one. If you could get 3 wishes, what would it be? More wishes. And if they told me I couldn't get more wishes, which is known, I already thought about it. I would get a piece of paper and I would put like 100 wishes on a piece of paper and ask for every wish on the piece of paper to come true. Now I have like 1,000,000 wishes. So you're welcome. So that's pretty much all the questions. I did also see a lot of questions about workout stuff, and I'll be doing more videos on that later. Mainly my workout stuff will be kind of on my TikTok videos, but I hurt my knee, so I haven't been in the gym a lot lately. And I'm coming out with my ebook. I just have to gather the mental strength to slowly every single day put one foot in front of the other and just keep like striving towards my goals. So I really appreciate your patience and your support and your love, and I hope I answered as many questions as possible, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I am really tired, so I'm gonna put on Pirates of the Caribbean and go to sleep. Okay, love you, bye.